Hey everyone, it's Megan here from meganmins.com, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things that I learned in my first year as a full-time entrepreneur. Now, I was actually going to write this as a blog post, and I realized that it's just so much easier for me to convey things like this in video. So apologies for the background. My dog had knee surgery, if you can believe it, and has to be in this pen. So that might happen. So this week marks my 1-year anniversary of being a full-time entrepreneur. I left my corporate job and committed to making my business work, and it wasn't easy. That's definitely a whole other conversation that I would love to share with you guys at another time. But I did end up taking the leap or the jump or the risk of just trying to see if I could make this work as a full-time entrepreneur. And a year later, I can say I'm so glad I took the risk. I've learned a lot. It hasn't been perfect. There have been really emotional times, really stressful times, really confusing times, but I am so happy that I decided to do this, and every single stressful event or emotional time has been completely worth it. So I want to share 5 things that I've learned in the past 12 months, and I hope that they will help you no matter where you are in your business, whether you just have an idea, you're side hustling, or you've been doing this for several years full time. I feel like we all learn really valuable lessons that help each other. So hopefully you will find some value in these 5 lessons too. So lesson number 1 is to take care of yourself. I mean this in a lot of different ways, mentally, spiritually, physically, but just in every sense of the way. You are your business when you're a full-time business owner. Without you, it ain't happening, at least at the beginning. So you really have to take the time and the effort and the energy to take care of yourself. Because the worst thing that can happen to you when you are in this full time and it's just you, or maybe you have a small team, is you burn out or you get sick. It can be really bad. So you want to avoid that. So it's really like taking the time to work out, even if it's once a week or multiple times a week, just making that a priority. And then another level that I know I have been bad at is the health, like the food, taking the time to cook good food, prepare healthy food. And then even just taking care of myself on a physical level, like getting my nails done or getting my hair done or getting my eyebrows waxed, it can feel superficial. But I know for me, at least, when I do those things, I feel better. I feel pulled together. I feel in a better place mentally. And, I'm not going to go into why that may be. That's just me. So maybe you don't feel that great. Maybe waxing your eyebrows doesn't matter to you. Totally fine. But maybe you notice that you feel great when you shower. And maybe right now, since you work at home, you kind of neglect showering. No judgment. Definitely have been there before. But maybe that means you just need to actually take a shower or take a bath, or maybe you want to, just taking care of yourself in whatever that means for you. I have a friend that loves bubble baths. So when she's having a really stressful time, she takes more bubble baths. But I think that's something you could do regularly. So what are those things that just make you feel like pulled together, make you feel great, they make you feel really refreshed? Maybe it's getting a massage. So what are those things? And you need to figure them out and really, really make them a priority. It's okay. Doesn't make you a selfish, superficial person. It's actually just taking care of yourself, which is your biggest business asset. So getting enough sleep, taking your vitamins, all that stuff. Take care of yourself. Number 2 is to create an environment that you love. This is particularly an environment where you're working. So not everyone has an office. This is our second bedroom. So what you see is my stuff. And then there's another part of the room that's my husband's desk, which you don't see. But I love my environment. This is where I work almost every day. And when it is clean and beautiful and inspiring, I feel more inspired and I feel better working here and I feel happy working here. Whenever it's a mess or, when my old other places I lived, old apartments, it was crammed in my bedroom and the light was terrible and my bedroom was a mess and it was ugly and it just didn't foster this great working environment. So it's not so much that you have to have your own office. I know people that work in their living room or their bedroom or their dining room table, but it's just that where you work, take the time and a little bit of money, not a lot, and make sure it's a good workplace for you. If you're working at your dining room table and you're constantly shrugged, looking down, typing like this, that will come back to bite you. You will get neck problems and shoulder problems. So spend a few dollars to get a stand from Amazon for your laptop, or get a second monitor, or get a better chair that you just roll out into your dining room when you're working. So what can you do to make the environment around you not only more comfortable, but more inspiring? Maybe it's buying, this is so silly, but maybe it's buying this gold cup from Target. This was probably $8. Did I need another pencil cup? Probably not, but I love it, and it sits here at my desk and I stare at it and it makes me feel really happy. And by having these few little objects, I'm not saying go crazy, but having a few little things around you that just make you happy and feel like really special can make all the hours you're sitting there more enjoyable. So again, wherever you work, take the time, take the money to make it a space that you will actually work in really well and enjoy your time there. So right now, if your desk is against a wall or in a room where there's no windows and that's driving you mad, figure out a way to change it. Maybe you end up working in the living room when you've never done that before. Maybe you move your desk somewhere else, but being around natural light, being in a place you love, super important. This is your business. This is your job. This is where you spend all your time. So it's worth it and you deserve it. So definitely take the time to do that. Okay, tip 3 or lesson 3 is that you need to set expectations and boundaries. Again, these are lessons learned because I've done things the wrong way. This isn't like I started out doing all of this correctly. I feel like this in particular, setting expectations and boundaries, is still something that I'm working on getting better at. And again, this is kind of broad because it's setting expectations with any clients or students you have. It's setting expectations with your family and friends, setting boundaries for when you're going to answer emails. And it's also setting expectations with your significant other. I know for me, I have a husband, and this last time when we were doing a launch, I didn't really communicate to him that it was coming up, that the launch was about to happen, until I was already in the thick of things and I was super overwhelmed. I'd let the dishes pile up, the laundry was overflowing. Those are things we share doing, by the way, but I wasn't doing my part around the house, and I didn't really set that up clearly. I didn't have that conversation with him to be like, hey, by the way, 2 weeks from now we're launching. It's going to be really stressful. I'm going to need extra help to get these things done around the house. Like, can you be a little bit more understanding? It was just like, I didn't prepare him. I didn't talk about it. I didn't set those expectations. I didn't inform him. So maybe you have a roommate, or maybe you just have family and friends that will notice the difference there. So be open, be clear, set expectations with them, set those boundaries. And again, that is something I'm really bad at right now. I'm still learning on it. But it is so important. And when you do set those expectations and those boundaries, people will respect you more. They will respect your time. I think people are so tired of hearing like, I'm too busy for that, or I'm just so busy. So being really clear and open and honest and communicating in a real way is so, so important. Okay, lesson number 4 is that you need to have a plan. Having a plan is absolutely essential. And I mean this not in a way to freak you out. Some people just aren't planners. I totally get it. But even if you're not a big long-term planner or goal setter, having a plan for the day alone, it will change everything. I notice a huge difference in my days when I have made a plan, either the night before or the morning of, when I've made a plan for my day. Not that the day is perfect, but I feel like in a better mental place. I'm getting things done. I feel productive. I know when I am done working. I know when I have accomplished everything I needed to in that day. And when I don't set those plans, I just feel like I'm scattered, like I'm trying to play catch up, like things keep coming at me and I don't really ever feel done. I never feel like the work is done. And I know a lot of you have probably experienced this too. It's so hard to ever feel like you're done for the day. So when you actually set a plan for the day and say, I'm going to get these 5 things done, and then you do them and you're done, then you can feel at peace that you're done for the day. And maybe that happens earlier than you think, or maybe you get to work on something else, but at least when you're done, when you've done your bare minimum to move you forward and move your business forward. So even if you don't want to plan, 90 days, 12 months, the whole quarter, that's okay. I just mean having at least a plan for the day is going to make a big difference. I didn't make a plan today. I knew I wanted to share this story, and here I am much later in the day than I anticipated, creating this, and I think it'll all work out. But I know that I have felt kind of scattered all morning, and that's because I didn't plan out my day properly. So take the time to plan however much you want. I love doing big plans, 12 months plans, 6-month goals, quarterly, I'm a sucker for that, but not everyone is. So at the bare minimum, make a plan for your day, make a plan for your week, and you will totally tell the difference. Okay, so lesson number 5 is that mindset is everything. And if you had told me this was going to be my tip number 5, like a month ago, I would have said that doesn't sound like me. I'm not a woo-woo person, if you know that phrase, woo-woo. Not that I'm not a spiritual person, but I've never been one to talk about the universe or manifesting or anything like that. So I'm not necessarily coming at mindset from that angle, but I'm not also not coming from it from that angle. Let me explain. To me, when I say your mindset, I truly mean your internal mindset, your beliefs, what you tell yourself subconsciously and consciously, the way you talk, the way you think, that is your mindset. So I feel like I've learned over the past 12 months that if you have a negative mindset or you have a mindset of failure, you will fail. And I've seen this in students that we've had that come into a course of ours wanting to create their own course and have great financial freedom. And the whole time they just struggle. And they have the same materials, the same tools, the same things everyone else is equipped with, but they struggle. They can't seem to actually make it happen. They can't seem to get it to take off. And it's because they have baggage. And everyone has baggage, but it's because they have baggage that relates to this. They are telling themselves that it can't happen in their niche. They don't deserve to make this much money. Their course isn't that good. It's not good enough for anyone to pay for. They don't have time. All the different excuses and things we tell ourselves. Mindset is everything. If you have a mindset that your business could just never make that much money, or money doesn't grow on trees, or you don't deserve, you could never make 6 figures, then I honestly feel like you won't. I think having a positive attitude, believing in yourself is absolutely vital, but it goes hand in hand with, I guess what could be like my bonus lesson is that you have to do the work. You can't just say that you're going to be a business owner and you're going to make all this money and you're going to do these great things and then sit back and do nothing. You can't be lazy. You have to work hard. It doesn't mean you have to have like this crazy out of balance life to work hard, but you do have to be focused and work hard and be diligent and be disciplined and do the work. Take the risks, be vulnerable. It's scary to do a webinar. It's scary to do video. It's scary to press send on an email. But if you aren't prepared to do those things and be vulnerable and take those risks, then it's just not going to happen. And that's just the blunt truth. And so to me, mindset and then actually doing the work go hand in hand here. You just have to. And it's scary, but that's part of what's so amazing about being an entrepreneur is that you do take these thrilling risks, but then you get to see the reward and how they pay off and how your business transforms in the past year. So just to recap on what my lessons were for my first year. Number 1, take care of yourself. You're your biggest asset. You have to take care of yourself. Number 2, create an environment, a work environment that you love. Number 3, set boundaries and expectations with everyone, clients, family, friends, everyone. Number 4, having a plan is essential. Number 5, mindset is everything. And related bonus tip number 6 or bonus lesson is you have to do the work. So I hope that this was helpful. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Where are you in your business? Have you learned similar lessons? What lessons did you learn in your business when you were starting out? If this video was helpful for you, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with your friends. And of course, again, please leave a comment below so I can get to know you a little better and know your business. I'm so excited to be connecting with you, and I'll be sharing more videos soon, so make sure you subscribe to follow along.